ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, we have some interesting things that are coming down with the Donald Trump situation in Long Island in New York, where, in particular, the bomb threat that was supposedly reported. Now, I'm going to let you guys know that so far this has been labeled not true, and this is not something that is necessarily a problem for Trump right now, but I'm going to be going over it just so you guys kind of get the full story. Now, you're going to see some people in community notes, for some people, for exactly to start talking about it, and I think something needs to be known to why this happened and why some of these people were reporting it in the first place. So, of course, we have this here. Cops say suspect with self-trained bomb-threatening detecting dog sparked false reports of explosive found in near secured in car near Trump rally surrounded by huge security. Now, before all this, we had this here, right? I have this captured because I want you guys to kind of see what's going on. But it says, this is from Daily Mail at 10 o'clock a.m. And it says, cops find explosives in car near Trump rally on Long Island after a second assassination attempt. And as you can see here, this was self-corrected to, saying cops to saying this, right? Which is fine because that's technically what's true. That's technically true. This was not really the case. And again, we have here saying cops shoot down bogus report of explosives found near Trump's Long Island rally site. Now, here's the reason why people were talking about stuff like this, all this going on here, because, of this situation. The reason why there were reports about this is from Kellen Rugg saying, Nassau County Police Commissioner says reports of explosives being found at the Trump Long Island rally site are unfounded. Reports of explosives being found at the site are unfounded. There is a person who is being questioned who may have been training a bomb detection dog near the site, said Commissioner of Police Patrick Ryder. The development comes after reporter James Lalino says a source told him police found explosives. So, I want you guys to understand this really easily here. What it's saying. So it says here, the development comes after reporter James Lalino says source told him police found explosives. So, if a reporter has come and says so, or comes out, and says a source told him police found explosives, that's where this is coming from. And as Lalino has said, sources in the Nassau County Police Department just told me that the perimeter was breached and a blue barrel was removed from the area surrounding tonight's Trump rally site. Because as source said, during K9 doing their checks, they found an explosive device in one of the vehicles and that driver ended up running into the woods. No one saw if he had anything on him, they just saw him take off running. A lot of cars are now parking, they're running up on Hempstead Turnpike, just parking on the grass. Even over at Eisenhower Park, they're just parking over there. So, again, this is something we have to be perfectly bloody clear on this, alright? If the police department had told the reporter this is what happened, and then people are reporting, oh, this is what the police have reported and this is what's going on, then obviously that just means that the reports were actually true, but also not true. Because you're getting a report and somebody tells you this is happening. You go and report on it, and then later on you end up finding out that well, this is not true. This is not what's happening. So again, I'm not trying to defend people that have gone out and done this, right? I'm not trying to defend people. They're trying to poke the false narrative, but I can understand why they were saying stuff like this, because again, it was reported by James Lalino, and it was told by the county police department. Now we were finding out this is not true, but how we were supposed to know then? It says, again, from Colonel Rugg says, so the story right now is literally someone may have been training a bomb-detecting dog outside of the Trump rally, and the dog accidentally made a false report, which was then reported by the police reporter. That sounds insane. So, if the Nassau Police Commissioner Patrick Ryder says someone who may have been training a bomb-detecting dog prompted false reports of explosives being found near former President Donald Trump's rally on New York Island. So, is it true or is it not true? It looks like it's not true. So, it says there's nothing going on there, right? But this is the reason why I am talking about it, because people are going to get the information or whatever incorrect, or are going to say like, oh, the Trump supporters are doing this stuff or misrepresenting. No, it was due to the fact that this was a statement told by one of the reporters, told by the actual police department themselves. The reporter said this is going on. People repeated that said report, and then now it's being called false, because obviously the investigation ended up happening, and they ended up finding that it was completely false and all that other stuff. So again, this is the thing. This is the thing that we're talking about here. But let's go a little bit further into what's going on here, and then we'll end it here, right? So again, it says, but there's no validity to a report that there was an explosive device found. Reports of explosive being found at the site are unfounded, said Nassau County Commissioner of Police Patrick Ryder. He went on to blame a suspect with a self-trained bomb-detecting dog for sounding the alarm about explosives near the rally site. The latest reports of a possible Trump security breach comes just 3 days after a would-be assassin was arrested after stalking the former president with a rifle as he golfed at his Palm Beach club. Police working in conjunction with Secret Service remain on high alert in the area hours before the former president is set to take the stage. There is a person who is being questioned who may have been training a bomb detection dog near the site, said Commissioner of Police Ryder. The individual with the bomb dog falsely reported explosives being found, and that individual is currently being detained by police. Sources in the Nassau County Police Department had allegedly told journalist James Lilly earlier Wednesday that the rally site perimeter was breached and a blue barrel was removed. In addition, during the canine sweep, they apparently found an explosive device in one of the vehicles. The sources allegedly said the driver ended up running into the woods. And again, as you said, MAGA fans who gathered to watch the former president weren't deterred by the second assassination attempt just 3 days earlier, but they slammed the threats to the Republican nominee as terrible and blamed the rhetoric and the name-calling coming from critics, etc., etc. So, whatever, what have you. So, again, this is what's going on here, as Secret Service spokespersons also said the reports of explosive found in the car is false. So, again, this is more clarifying on what I'm going over here. Trump has largely moved to indoor events since the first attempt on his life in Butler, Pennsylvania, etc., etc. So, again, the point being here is that a lot of this was reported as potentially being true, turned out to be false, and now we have, of course, Republicans or whatever, people jumping down their throats or whatever, saying that this was a false reporting. Again, this is the reason why I say you always have to wait for some of this news to stew in a little bit, to kind of, marinate a tiny bit, because that way you get the understanding of what's really going on here. So that's the only reason why I'm doing the reporting. I'm not trying to gaslight or try to say people this is what's going on. It's not. Even the Secret Service said this is okay, even though we can readily say that the Secret Service has not had a very good time thing of, saying things are good and everything has gone completely awry. So I can kind of understand if we're not wanting to believe the Secret Service. So at the very least, we could try to trust in the police on what they say. So if any of you don't trust the Secret Service, try to trust in the police in that regard. I know I've gone on this channel. I don't really like the police all that much because, I think they violate people's rights way too often. But I think in this case, we can trust the police on what's going on here in this situation. They're saying that's not going on even after this. So, yeah. So, guys, that's it for the video. Remember to share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. Cause it's algorithmic disease, the social media.